quote, there will be this small voice from my head saying that when you're thinking that it's impossible, it's just improbable until you do it. I have not even received one comment that's negative talking about my appearance. Not Sai, who's a single person who talks about books. There are like 2,000 other people.
So the round two is basically, I've titled it as such, is it's just share with us. You just need to be giving one-line answers or brief answers basically. So the first
Okay.
question is, which book did you buy most recently only based on the recommendations over booktube or bookstagram?
Okay. Instagram. I can say this book called How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole Lipera. It's a self-help book. I actually listened to it on audio in the beginning of July, and it is definitely a life-changing book. Okay, I have not read that great nonfiction books this year, ever since this year started, but definitely that is the best nonfiction that I've read so far, and I'm going to reread it physically for that itself. And it has a type of journaling that the author guides us through. So I'm going to do that. So that's definitely a book which I've bought so recently. Actually, it just arrived yesterday.
Oh, wow. I mean, so you did
It's
you get
that recent.
inspired from any particular video, or did you find it all over Instagram all of a sudden? How did you find that book existed?
Yeah, yeah. I actually found this on. Okay, I found this through Sneha's channel, Book Junction. She does really aesthetically looking,
Yeah,
pleasing
I am
vlogs. If I
always
decide to relax,
amazed.
I'll just put on her videos and watch them. And in one of her, yeah, she just puts out really quality content. I just love it about her channel. And I think it was in May or June, I don't remember. In a video, she featured that book, and I think it was in the end of June because I just started listening to that book on July 1st, and I finished it in like 4 hours. Stuck like a splinter in my mind that I have to buy this book physically and read it because the journaling that the author has guided through was just so awesome. It was phenomenal actually, and I'm definitely going to try it. And even if you ask for a book recommendation from me right now for nonfiction, I'd highly recommend that one. If you
Wow,
can,
thank you so
afterwards
much.
pop up cover here somewhere so that people can find it.
Yeah, of course, I'll do that. I would love to even read it all by myself. I would really love to do that because journaling has always been
Yeah,
an alien
you
aspect for me. It's always been an alien thing
yeah.
for me. So yeah,
Actually, I too wasn't into only
oh,
this year.
wow, that's great, great. So have you been
I'm rambling on for the answers, right? You asked for one-liners.
no issues, no issues. Of course, I really wanted, or should I say the word exactly? I wanted to exploit the maximum information I can actually get. You see, this is not something which we do it on an
Okay.
everyday basis. We'll be meeting once in a blue moon,
Yeah,
but
correct.
I wanted maximum information from you. So that is why you can please go
Yeah.
on. I have the whole time in my world because I'm done with my today's schedules.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
have you been a part of any book clubs, or have you ever thought of
I've
physical
always
or
thought
virtual?
of joining book clubs, but
Mhm.
I have not at all joined a book club because for me, reading is mostly a solitary activity, and the part where I discuss the books is the place where I need a community. If I'm left to read it alone, I'll be able to, how to say, enjoy it and experience it according to my imagination. But when I link it with others, there are influences from other people. Okay, I'm not saying it in a negative sense at all. I'm just saying that while you do it alone, you'll be able to feel it completely. What are your feelings
Oh.
about it? You'll be able to soak in that with yourself really properly. So it's always alone for me.
Okay, that was a complete new perspective, to be honest, about book clubs, which I've ever heard. But never mind, it's all your
And
personal choice.
that's important for my book reviews as well because if I read it with someone else,
Yeah.
there might be some points during which I don't like a book, and it will be my pure opinion. But when another person says it,
Hmm.
and when I start thinking differently about it, no one in the world will get my perspective of the book, right? Why the
Of
that
course,
it's
of course.
influenced by others, then it's definitely going to be different. It's going to be the same thing over and over again instead of being
Hmm.
something unique.
It's genuinely
Go
purely
ahead,
from
Mumsik.
you. Okay, uh, clearly I can get your perspective. It's pure. So yeah, have I like the next question is, did you remember any of the favorite quote from a novel? If at all, can you quote it right now?
Yeah, sure. I love this quote from Siege and Storm. I'll just show the book cover to you guys so that you can read
Oh
it
yeah, please,
afterwards.
please do that.
This is the
Ah.
book, Ruin and
Mhm.
Rising by Lee Bardugo. Okay, there's this character called Stormhorn. He's a pirate, and he says this line. Okay, when people say impossible, they usually mean improbable.
Oof.
Just give thought for that line a minute, and you'll just be able to sum up everything that you've done and not done in your life. The
Oh,
first time
wow.
that I read that quote, it just stuck like a brain tattoo to me, and I've never ever forgotten that at all. And even while getting into my job interviews, that quote has helped me immensely, because again, while I see a lot many people in the competition, when it comes to a job, uh, everyone will get afraid, right? But
Of course.
this quote, there will be this small voice from my head saying that when you're thinking that it's impossible, it's just improbable until you do it. If you do it, it's not going to be impossible at all, because you
Impossible
have
at
done it
all.
and it's not going to be impossible. That's it.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh. This is something I've always been
Always. Yeah.
waiting for
Read the
Libadugo's book.
series.
I've never read it. I'm so sorry. Basically, it's been on my TBR
Okay.
forever right now, but I haven't done it till now. I would love to do that one. I read this one day. So yeah, of course, as I've noticed that you always, not always, pretty many a times I've noticed you going with the series of books. So can you just let us know any top three of your favorite series?
Okay. Off the top of my head, I'm saying right now, my Grisha series is always my topmost favorite. I don't think I've read anything that's even more favorite for me. The second one, I can obviously say the Shadowhunter Chronicles. I
Of
have a
course.
playlist of over 20 videos,
Yeah, I
so
can
it just
completely relate with
has
that.
to say something about my about the influence that it has on me. And the next one is obviously Harry Potter.
Mhm.
It's something nostalgic, and when anytime you read anything from Harry Potter, it just takes you into the world. You need not even
Indeed,
try. So
indeed.
definitely,
Wow,
I can say these three.
wow. That those were like stunning choices. I need to say that. So, then the last one from the round two would be: have you ever, you see, fallen in love with a fictional character? If so, who it is? It may be a male or a female one. No
I've
issues.
I've I've told many times, Magnus Bane.
Wow. So, would you love to meet them?
Magnus Bane is my darling. Everyone knows it. Yeah, sure. If there is a Magnus Bane, I'd like to just go and live with him. Okay, I'll be his house servant.
Oh, wow. I can clearly
I'm
make
that
it.
huge a fan. I'm that huge a fan.
Wow, wow, wow. So this would mark the official end of the round two, which from this will be quickly
Okay.
jumping on to round three. If at all you see, Karan
Okay.
Johar's show can have a quick a rapid fire round. Why not our show? So I'll be going with a rapid fire round
Sure.
basically for this. Just answer them as quickly as possible, and there's nothing. And if at all you want to elaborate them, I have the whole time in the world. So can you break
Okay.
one stereotype associated with reading?
Uh, they wear glasses.
Oh, did you find it
It
somewhere?
always happens. It always happens. I've seen many people who don't read at all. If they're wearing glasses, people either think that they are very studious, or they'll think that they read a lot, which is definitely not the
Hmm.
case always.
I can clearly make that out. I don't know. Maybe glasses give you this the stage central thing, which probably
Nerdy
grabbing the
look.
attention.
Yeah,
Wow, that's great. So the
yeah.
next one would be one incident which was unforgettable for you in this reading journey. May it be sad, may it be exuberant one, anything else.
Uh, can't remember anything so bad. Okay, I remember this. While I crossed 2K subscribers very recently, my brother sent me a screenshot just from exactly 365 days back, and I had like 300 and odd subscribers. And from then on here, it's like a 1700 difference. So I did not
Oh,
even notice it. He took that screenshot a year back and he sent it to me while I reached 2000. So that was like so happy for me.
wow. I really need to congratulate your brother for such a great, you see, registering such a
Uh,
great achievement indeed. Wow, that's again a whole
yeah.
congratulations.
Even I didn't know that something like that happened. I don't know how he took that screenshot exactly 1 year back and sent it to me
Mm-hmm.
now.
Wow. So I'll be just giving you a small a word so that you just tell me the book probably or the character which you kind of associate with them very easily or kind of very interestingly, like as such. So suppose if I give the word of anger, to whom do you associate either a book or a character? Just the word anger.
Anger. Katniss Everdeen, Hunger Games.
Why? Why did you choose her? I mean, like, okay, anger. Okay.
Anger is really a good driving force to do anything, according to me. When I'm angry, I'm at my best, personally.
Wow.
So I always like
Oh,
characters and people who are angry, and anger is always a good driving force. I don't see it as a negative thing at all with anyone.
oh, that's really great. Then the next one, a bunch of million thoughts yet nothing to do. Like they have a bunch of thoughts in them, turmoils, but they just stay like that.
Have you read Throne of Glass?
But all the books by Sarah J. Maas are on my TBR forever.
Selena Sodotin. In that first book, she's an assassin. Okay, she's
Of
an
course, yeah.
assassin. I understand that she's very powerful. If she does even 10% of the things that she thinks of, she would have freed herself from all the problems very easily. It was like that for me. I have 1,000 different thoughts and not even putting even a few of them into use. It's actually saying it in
Oh,
a negative sense, not in a positive sense.
oh, great. Then the one word which I would give you is wisdom.
Dumbledore.
That was a stunning choice. Then the next,
Dumbledore is like 100 emojis when it comes to wisdom.
of course, I guess he's the grand old man of the whole literature. Probably we cannot even get many more characters like him. So, what do you say about
Right.
betrayal? It's an essential part of books.
Yeah, it is necessary because it gives us a sense of to what extent we can trust people. And
Indeed,
a book which I'll say as a good example for that one is Clockwork Prince. I'll not reveal what's happening in that because it could be a
of
spoiler.
course, spoilers.
There's a huge betrayal which happens there, and but I like the character who betrays. That's something very odd. Many people don't like that character, but while we see the story from that character's point of view and how they are so different from all the other people who
Mhm.
are there in the story, it is very understandable according to me at least.
Wow.
I'll not name the character or the incident because I don't want to
Yeah, I
spoil
can
it.
completely get
It's
it. The
definitely
spoilers
a
thing.
good. It, yeah, it's definitely a really good portrayal of betrayal while having a sense of morality inside the character.
Oh, just loved it. So, a couple of questions on this or that. Like, are you
Okay.
a morning reader or a late night reader?
Uh, I can say both because non-fiction I prefer in the morning and fiction always in the night because
Oh,
I can balance it easily that way. But
great.
mostly night reader because reading relaxes me and puts me to sleep without having so many negative thoughts or anything like that. I could just choose whether I can read only in the morning or only in the night. I choose only in the night.
Oh, wow. And do you go with series or standalone?
Okay, this is a bit
Tough.
embarrassing for me, but I like series because yeah, there is a problem with series because sometimes we start it, we don't end the series. But I always like spending time in series because we get to know a lot more about the world, the characters, and the story itself is a huge in scope, right? When it comes to a standalone, it's going to be how to say, contained within those 200 or 300 pages. But when it comes to series, it's going to be thousands of pages. There's going to be a lot more
Yeah,
room to explore,
indeed,
and
indeed.
we'll not be able to see a person completely while they are confined within like a single book. Some
Mhm,
authors
mhm.
just do it beautifully, but most of the times it doesn't happen. So I always prefer series for that, due to that
Oh,
reason.
that's too good. Then this is a kind of a very tricky question, which I probably must be appreciating myself because my small creative brain could come up with this question. So, do you love a book adapted into a movie, or probably expect a movie to be adapted into a book? If so, what are they?
I'd like some movies to be adapted into books because there are some awesome movies out there which, when translated into books by the proper people, exact people, I'm sure they will be good. For example, I'd say 96. Okay, 96 is a Tamil film. It released in Telugu as Janu, starring Samantha.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Have
I
you heard of the
remember it.
movie?
It's a heartbreaking one.
If
Oh,
if that yeah, if that movie comes out as a book, I'm sure the book community will just celebrate that book because it's such an awesome, beautiful story. It is bittersweet. It'll be just perfect. So some things like that, when translated from screen into pages, they'll just do wonders because we'll be able to put in a lot more imagination for the story, right?
of course, of course.
Instead of just keeping it like within a small scale that we see it in the screen alone. Just think
Right.
of Harry Potter itself. While we read the books, the wizarding world is huge, but
Mhm.
when we see it on the screen, it's just confined within that screen. There are many things which
Completely.
are cut out from the books in the movies just because they could not make that effect on the screen. Our
Of
minds have
course.
a lot more power to amazes rather
imagine
than something visual,
on
right?
VFX. Completely agreed. So then I'll
So
be
the
posing.
reverse thing would be good.
Wow, I would really look forward for 96 to probably coming up with a book. Like it would really
Would be
break
very good.
million hearts. You can see drop
Yeah,
down
it will
into the
just be.
story and feel that. Wow,
Yeah,
really great. So
that's this transition, right, from across
yeah,
different ages.
of
So it will
course.
definitely, everyone can read it. School people can read it, adults can read it, 40 or 50 or people can read
People
it.
can
It'll
read
be a
it.
book for
Indeed,
everyone.
indeed, indeed. Okay, so I'll be going with a very super standard this or that, and this is like ebooks or paperbacks,
Paperbacks,
and if at all it's paperback and hardcovers. What's that?
hardcovers,
Oh
hardcovers.
wow, I'm glad to know that you really are
They are a
into
bit,
hardcovers.
they are a bit expensive, but
Of course.
they are a lot more durable. They look more beautiful. They give a sense of how to say completion to the book rather than a paperback.
Mm-hmm.
Holding the feel that we have while we are holding a
Yeah,
paperback and hardcover are totally different, right?
indeed,
That's one
indeed.
of the main reasons why I like holding hardcovers. For example, if you take a 1,000-page book, it's going to feel different when it's a paperback, and it's going to feel entirely different
So
and
true.
huge when
And
it's
a
a
huge
hardcover.
hardcover. Wow. So yeah, that I wanted this super hit question at the end, and with this we'll be
Okay.
probably officially ending this round 3. And the last
Okay.
super important question, which I really wanted to know, is from your perspective, is what is the importance of reading, or how should we be inculcating that sort of habit? This is a
Okay. I'll
question for
say
you.
one thing which is really important. The one effect of reading which will definitely change the world for sure, because it'll just trigger up imagination to extreme extents. Okay. Everything that remains as a reality now in our world was an imagination of some person. We always create everything twice, once in our mind and once in the world physically,
Oh,
right? So I'm sure definitely if a person reads, their imagination will be manifold compared to that of a person who doesn't read, and it'll definitely change the world in some way or the other. And I think starting that at young ages, because while we grow up, always okay, no matter what happens, I think I've even grown up until I was like 16 or 17 without being addicted to an Android phone. Only from college I started using a smartphone. Okay,
mhm.
even these 4 to 5 years, I've got addicted to my phone. Okay, I use it every day. Just think about it, how harmful that habit can be if it is given to a child who's like 1 or 2 years old. Instead of that, if you sit along with them and read something to them,
Mhm.
it'll just change them as well as you, right? There are
So
books which are suitable for adults as well as books sorry, kids at the same time, and it's always good.
oh, I saw you
And
that that's
what we do, kids will obviously do that, repeat
indeed.
that. They are just like sponges, right? Instead
Yeah,
of
they
sitting down
absorb.
and watching a phone in front of them, or binging Netflix, we can just sit down and open up a book and read. They'll at least open the book and see the pictures. From then on, this habit will start definitely. At least that's how
So
it started us started for us in our home. So I
mhm.
think it will work out for other people also.
Wow, that is something which we could probably think of, expect from a lot of people around. So yeah, how do you
Yeah.
think of giving not a suggestion but a friendly tip or advice to booktubers, book readers, or anyone who is actually into the social media associated with books, like the bookstagramming or booktubing or book blogging?
Okay. First thing I'll say is that one thing I was very worried about, like how I look. Okay, how I look. It's not like an adult. Okay, I look like a first year college student or
Yeah,
second
of
year college
course,
student.
I
I
agree
thought
with.
that it was going to. I thought that it was definitely going to give something negative for me here. Trust me, in these 1.5 years that I've been on YouTube, I've not even received one comment that's negative talking about my appearance, how I look. Okay, people comment about how I talk and stuff, but how I look, what I wear, people have never said anything about that at all. So if you have some kind of inertia due to that, which holds you back without getting into YouTube because of your appearance, because appearances are always deceptive.
Mhm.
You can just wear some t-shirt, okay, and just sit down and talk. If you talk good, if people like your talking, they're going to watch you. They don't care what you wear, how you look. It's definitely not a matter. And the second thing is that you cannot compare yourself with anyone at all, okay, because there are people here who have existed for years. Okay, there are people who've existed for years, and even they don't have like a million subscribers. You can see any other niche when it comes to YouTube itself. There will be channels which have millions of subscribers, but when it comes to booktube, we don't even see channels with 1 million subscribers,
No,
right?
not at
So
all.
the following will be less. So you cannot how to say, compare yourself and beat yourself up continuously, because these are things which I did in the beginning, and later on it just came like enlightenments to me from myself. So I'd say that as a suggestion: don't compare yourself with others, and don't keep your appearance, which you think is not good, to play a part in coming here and sitting down in front of a camera and speaking, because people don't care how you look at all, no matter what happens.
All the love is bookish love over this community, indeed.
Yeah, there is only one person who always cares about how you look, and that's you alone. I've seen that always, because while I stand in front of a mirror, I'll think about many things. Okay, I have this pimple. Even now in the screen, you can see I have a pimple here. Most probably, I am the only person who's thinking about it right now. You who's watching that, you'll not even think about it. Okay, so it doesn't matter how you look, what you wear. It doesn't matter at all. Only you're going to judge yourself and ridicule yourself continuously because of your appearance, which is a very shallow thing. And please don't keep that as a barrier which keeps you from doing a beautiful thing like this.
Oh, I'm glad that you concluded this thing saying it as a beautiful thing, a beautiful experience altogether. Yeah. Oh God, I really am really glad that you shared, a very bunch of the quality time from your life to share these beautiful insights about books, reading, booktubing, and many more. I really, really appreciate you for that.
Seriously, after joining this, I've changed my ideologies a lot, because I thought that if people have to watch your videos, you will have to look good, or you'll have to wear some good clothes, decent clothes. It was definitely not like that. I was wearing the same t-shirt for 3 to 4 videos in a single week. People even then watched it, people liked it, and people interacted with me. It doesn't matter at all. How you do it matters. It doesn't matter how you look.
Wow. I'm glad
it's definitely an output thing. What we think, it's totally subjective.
Indeed. Probably, as you said, we are the only ones who probably are thinking of that, but the viewer is indeed already into the enchantments of the book and all that.
And I'll say another thing. If you're thinking that your appearance is going to play a role, a person who comes into your video just to look at the video, if you're looking good, it's not a person who's going to click on the thumbnail. Okay, if they're clicking on the thumbnail, it just means that they don't mind how you look. Okay, you might think that you look bad or you look good, you look really great. But if you're holding a book, okay, I can easily say good looking people, as I say, while they enhance products, people will go in search of them. That's because it's not mainly because of the appearance, what kind of a trust they have developed with people. We can see many celebrities endorsing many products, right? We don't believe in the product, we believe in the celebrity. That's why even when the product goes into some kind of case, the celebrity gets sued, because that trust that people have on them, that's been misused by the people.
Of course.
Right. So it doesn't matter how you look. What you convey is the thing. How you look doesn't matter at all. Even if you look at people who you think are really attractive, it's definitely not because of their appearance at all. It's because of their way to articulate the things properly to you, such that it feels like it's useful for you.
Of course. Oh wow. This is something which has been there for ever since, for the people who've been newly joining, maybe who's been just starting. This is something, a kind of inertia which always frets them in the initial. Probably going for a longer time rather than learning it the rough way and going for it a longer run. It would be better if they could learn from any of the experienced person already and just let it sit in their mind that it doesn't matter. And wow, I really am glad. So that is how I really wanted the questions. I hope this was kind of at least a bit interactive, and I'm glad that you shared a bunch of questions. And I just cannot thank you enough. You have shared a very beautiful insights, many beautiful questions and answers, and I just loved interacting with you in here.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you gave us a bunch of
pleasure that you called me here, because I've been waiting for some chance in order to interact with people with different people, because the subscribers you have, they might not even see me on YouTube. Because of this, they might at least know that I exist as a person in this platform, and they might come and join my community. And it's not just me, okay? It's just not Sai, who's a single person who talks about books. There are like 2,000 other people who talk about the same books that I talk about across the internet. You can just find them in the comments. You need not even talk with me. You can come and
so true. Many people who comment.
I've seen many people who become friends through the comments in my video itself, and that's the thing which happened because of me. If it doesn't benefit me, it doesn't matter, okay? Because I brought two book lovers together, so that's something which I'm so happy to do.
Actually, it makes a virtual community, real community altogether, a real virtual community. That's really great.
Yeah.
And that was a primordial way I really wanted to know more about your perspectives about books, reading, and all that. And I really thank you enough. Thank you so much for being here and for your time, basically.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
Glad that we
happy
have.
reading.
Thank you. Happy reading to you too.
Oh.